Your name?
My name is Clint Kobelt. I'm the building trades instructor with the Youth Build program. I'm employed by HBI, Home Builders Institute, and they have partnered with WIA they've come together to collaborate on the Youth Build program, where we offer a certification for at-risk youth and youthful offenders in the construction field. Yes, I've attended 2 classes, the lead GA and the BPI installer. And the installer class, there are 3 components to that: the analyst, the installer,
Envelope and shell.
right. And the plan is to take all 3 of those classes and then take the train the trainer, so I can become a facilitator, and we can keep all that in-house and local, and it's a lot easier to schedule, especially with the population that we're trying to serve. Need to be pretty flexible and versatile there.
Are most of the people in the class unemployed at this time?
I believe so, yes.
And how long is the class? How long do each of the modules last?
The installer was a week, and that's split. The first day and a half was in the classroom setting, and then the balance of the week was in the lab. It was all hands-on, which is I can't tell you the benefit to that. Working with these guys, a lot of them had trouble in high school. The classroom setting, sitting still, in attention span, that kind of thing. So when we get into the lab, they look like a totally different group of guys. When they can get in and get their hands dirty and actually see the practical applications, it's phenomenal. They shine. That's where they shine. The classroom, we've got to get through that. It's a necessary evil, but it's yeah, I like the way it's set up. I can't speak for everyone, but the conversation I've had with, well, let me back up. As the Youth Build instructor, we had a couple of the Youth Build students also take the installer class. And my interaction, my relationship is stronger with those guys, and so the feedback I got from those individuals was very positive. One gentleman is very interested, and the other, he's already obtained full-time employment, which takes him in a different direction. But up to that point, he was quite interested. Before I joined Youth Build, I was a contractor for about 20 years, and have watched that market. It's a cyclical deal, and we went through a period of new construction, and then it has moved toward remodeling, additions. People playing a lot closer to the vest and fixing up what they have. And the installer class that's absolutely what it's geared toward, is air sealing, making an existing home, which is typically an older home, more energy efficient. So the local market trend lends itself to classes like this. I mean, this is what the local contractors are doing. So it's 100% transferable, to almost any contractor in the area. There's not a lot of new construction going on, residentially speaking.
Right.
One of the things that was kicked around by 4 or 5 guys in the group, they identified the fact that there's this kind of a niche market. It's a new and growing dynamic, and there's not a lot of people doing it. And so what they saw was a two-sided deal. One, they have value to an employer because there's not a lot of guys who have the certification, and the other is, well, maybe we just could bypass the employer and start our own company, and I think that's some of the interest in taking the analyst and the building envelope because you've got to have all three components there to make the machine work. I would say, I don't know the backstory on all of them, but I would say there were at least 5 or 6, more than half of the students in that class that I'm aware of would not have been there if it weren't for the grant.